Cartier City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
I almost forgot. Mitchell's Chocolate, come on up. My God, I got way ahead of the game. How could I forget chocolate? I don't know. All right, he's got the goodie bag there. So I'll give you the microphone and...
This is my lunch. We're going to be a while. Hello, everybody. I hope I haven't wore out my welcome. For those of you that come all the time, you know I've been here about 3 times or so, but it's kind of hard to turn down Ren when he asked me to come and speak. But anytime I come here, it's a pleasure to see all you guys and all the members of the Pattaya Expat Club. But Ren asked me to come and talk today. He's the one that comes up with these titles for my lectures. I'm dreaming of a chocolatey Christmas, so Ren is the one to thank for that. And then I have to build my class kind of around that, okay? But I just come to talk real quick, 10 minutes or less, or it's free, all right? But when we think about Christmas time, you know, it has a lot of different meanings for different people. You know, you got different stories and different legends and different religious beliefs and all that. And, you know, chocolate become a part of that. And one of the reasons why chocolate became part of the gift giving, because it was kind of a luxury item, you know. And if it was a luxury item way back then, it should be even more of a luxury item now, because the price of chocolate has doubled in the last couple of years. So it's kind of ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, having said that, you know, if you were here at Valentine's Day, I told you the story of Saint Valentino and how he was beheaded and how that became a day of romance. You know, it's kind of funny how that works out. Then you also have St. Patrick's Day, right? But when we think about Christmas, we think about Santa Claus and Sinterklaas, if you're from the Dutch, and stuff like that, how it all transitioned from back in the day and across the ocean that comes over to here. But it's hard to think about Christmas if you don't think about, okay, it's hard to think about Christmas if you don't think about Saint Nick, right? Santa Claus, some people say Santa Claus, some people say Saint Nick, right? Well, Saint Nick was a bishop back in the day, back in the 4th century, that became one of the most popular saints because of his secretive generosity and his ability to protect people, okay? But what he's most famous for is some of these stories that you may hear, and one of them is the 3 dowries. And out of that story has become some of the traditions that some of us might be familiar with. And the 3 dowry story is that he would walk around over a course of 3 days and throw bags of gold into this house to protect the 3 daughters from being sold into slavery or prostitution. Well, when he threw the bags into the house, it was full of gold coins, which kind of contributes to, sometimes you see gold coins at Christmas time, the chocolate gold coins. But supposedly there were stockings hanging up by the fireplace, and some of those gold coins fell into those stockings. So that's where we come up this day with hanging stockings by the fireplace. And you can put all your little stocking stuffers in there, okay? St. Nicholas he's also known as the patron saint of seafarers, because the sailors would pray and ask for calm seas, and he calmed the seas for them, protecting them. And that's why they say he's a modern day protector. And then the third story, a little bit more on the gruesome side, is when back in the day when they had a famine, a butcher murdered some children and put them in brine. I don't know if he was going to eat them or what he was going to do with them, but St. Nick found out and miraculously resurrected them. Okay? He's one of the most popular saints. He did a little bit better than St. Valentino, though. He died of natural causes and was not beheaded. Okay? So, having said that, how do we go from St. Nicholas to Santa Claus? Well, you have the Dutch that came over, and they brought some of their traditions, like I was saying, like Santa Claus. And then, of course, just like pretty much every holiday that is born out of some probably good thing, religious saint or something like that, we have to commercialize it, right? Well, good old Coca-Cola in the 1930s, one of their illustrators come up with this character of Santa Claus in a red and white suit for their advertising campaigns. And that is kind of one of the beginnings of Santa Claus as we know him today. Okay, one of the stories. Okay, so there you go, Coca-Cola. Before, when I gave it on Valentine's Day, I think it was Cadbury or somebody that was responsible for the box of chocolates. Well, now it's Coca-Cola. But I can't beat up on Coca-Cola, because if you're in the retail business, like I am, you got to capitalize whenever you can, right? And so that's what we did. We try to do as well at Mitchell's, take advantage of the holidays. You got to fish when the fish are biting, right? But what we did is we said, oh, okay, how can we take advantage of the holiday, even though it's not the same in Thailand as it is in the U.S.? We figured, okay, we need to come up with something for Christmas. So what we did is we came up with our little chocolate collection, and I got a new edible ink printer. So what we do is we dip the chocolates, and then we print little images of Santa Claus and other things on the chocolate. But to tie it in with Christmas, because usually when you think of Christmas and Santa Claus, you think of milk and cookies, right? And then gingerbread. Nothing like gingerbread at Christmas time. So what we did is we just made a gingerbread caramel and put it in our Christmas bonbons with our Christmas collection. Now, I know that sounds great, right? So, in the spirit of Christmas, in the spirit of giving, I want everybody to have a taste of our caramel, gingerbread caramel chocolates. If you could just open that up and pass it around. Sorry, they're not individually wrapped or anything like that. But this is our gingerbread caramel, and I hope you like it. Should be plenty for everybody. But most of all, other than giving you just a little bit of tidbit of history of Santa Claus and all that stuff, the main thing I want to say is I appreciate the Expat Club inviting me here. Thanks to Brad and Liz and Ren, wherever he is. I don't think he's here today. But I appreciate all your guys' help. But I also want to thank all of you for your support and the support you guys provide for us. So having said that, I just really want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and thank you for all your support, and have a safe and a prosperous New Year and enjoyable holiday season. Thank you. Ten minutes or less, right?
I have one question. Every Christmas, I get a lump of coal in my stocking. Where did that come from?
That's a good question, but I know what it means.
That came from throwing coal through your window.
I never saw a gold coin, ever.
Yeah, you probably won't.
Your certificate of appreciation is located down in 7-Eleven. I got to buy you a Hershey candy bar.
That's okay. I've already got a couple of them, so no need for that.
Okay, questions?
Make any sugar-free chocolate.
No.
The question was sugar-free.
Yes, someday I will probably look into that, but it's kind of a... Sugar-free is just kind of a limited market, but if you were here for my chocolate, when I talked about how to make chocolate and all that stuff, we talk about shelf life in sugars and stuff, right? And we use a lot of different types of sugars to extend the shelf life, because we're not like a bakery where we sell 1 day or 2 days. We use different sugars to extend the shelf life. Okay, not to mention just basic chocolate has sugar, you know, but it might be one thing. Same thing with vegan chocolate and stuff like that. I just got a box of chocolates from a lady from Slovakia that makes vegan chocolates. Yeah, so that was kind of nice.
Hello. I bought my wife a wooden leg for Christmas, but it's just a stocking filler.
A wooden leg?
A wooden leg, but it's just a stocking filler.
Another quick fact from Dr. William Lee out of Taipei. Chocolate, dark chocolate, doubles the amount of stem cell productions in your body.
Yes, eat more dark chocolates. All right, and I forgot, I guess I just spilled I'm at home. If you don't know who I am Thomas Mitchell. Mitchell's my middle name. I own Mitchell's Artisan Chocolates over there in Nakalua, inside of the Windmill Hotel Resort. All right, feel free to stop by anytime. If you have any questions about chocolate, you want to make chocolates at home and you're having problems, let me know. I do workshops at the Holiday Inn. We have one on the 20th. But anytime you can stop in and just say hello if you'd like. And yeah. And then today we got some limited chocolates outside. We have samples of a lot of stuff, so feel free to stop by and say hello and try a little sample of this or that, and have a great Christmas. All right, thanks.
Thank you very much. So there's an offer if you haven't done your Christmas shopping. The table's out there, Mitchell's Chocolates. Make sure you get that.